you gotta do it. Got my foot up.
I guess I can. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna keep this backdrop on. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. All right. All right. Let me get Enforcer on.
Got that song in my head now.
All right, Enforcer. So what I do is first start with my intro.
Yes, sir.
You know how we do. All right. Just let me know when you're ready.
You can hear me?
Yes.
I'm ready.
I can. Okay. All right. All wrestling true believers, it's a great day in the mood. I lost my voice. Let's try that again. Okay, hold on. Maybe I need to put some water in my throat. Hold on.
Wait.
Okay, we're gonna try this again. I'm definitely adding that part out. Okay. What's going on, wrestling true believers? It's a great day in the mood. This ain't working. Okay.
I think he left his voice in Texas.
I think I did. All right. All right.
Me.
Okay. Okay. What's going on, wrestling true believers? It's a great day in
That's good. That's good enough.
No. Okay. We're going to just do it like this. What's up, motherfuckers? How y'all doing? This is Chris from the Hashtag Heal for Life Wrestling Podcast on a special episode of episode 64 with my co-host from Hashtag Heal for Life, Mr. Enforcer. Thank you so much for coming on. Remember, everybody, share this live, share this on social media. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure that you give us a like, share, comment. The more you comment, you put us in the algorithms, and we get this shit trending. You understand me?
Yeah.
All right. First of all, Enforcer, how are you doing this evening, sir?
I am doing so good, brother.
That's
happy to be alive.
Cool. So, tonight, you guys seen the backdrop topics on the pre-show. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring you guys in gradually. So, be patient. We're gonna bring you guys on. But first, we're gonna give Enforcer his flowers. Enforcer, he's literally my enforcer. He does a lot of artwork behind the scenes. He does a lot of promotions. As a matter of fact, he was responsible for getting Alice Kane on our podcast in about 2 weeks or so. So shout out to him. Also, he has been working with Ashe's, matter of fact, The Audacity. He has been working with him. Matter of fact, he actually made one of their shirts with our logo that says, The Audacity. It's dope. It's dope as fuck. Unfortunately, we are not going to be sharing it, or we're not going to be selling it because it's his logo. So we can't, we don't want to get in trouble, or whatever. But I do want to give Enforcer definitely his cheers because he has been really working hard behind the scenes. So I just wanted to put that out there. Just want him to know that me, Ziggy, and the rest of the podcast is very proud of his accomplishments. And also, he's been working with our sister show, the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast as well. Also, you also have another podcast that you do on the side tip. I think it's like one of your sports shows. Is that correct? Okay. Yeah. And what does that entail?
So it's supposed to be just football, but when the football season's over, one of my partners want to still talk about sports, so we just made it all year round. Talk about sports, basketball, baseball, whatever sports headlines coming. We talk about it. It's called Self-Made Podcast, and just keep me busy, keep me get me better at this. I started with you So I make sure I get better. I used to stutter a lot and be nervous and talk like this, but now I'm more confident.
I know that feeling. I know
Yeah.
that feeling. I still do it. I be trying to get my thoughts together, and that shit just be. It just. I was like, did that sound right? No, I don't think that really sounded right. Okay, let me just do a redo as I, trying to come on here and try to do the Zamunda shit, in my squeaky Pee Wee Herman voice, and that did not work whatsoever. But anyway, so we have a lot to cover.
Yes.
We talked a little bit about myself in Mid-South and Barbara of our experience down in Texas, and we had a wonderful time. You guys already know what happened to me, you know what I'm saying? But once again, I'm going to give you some shine. I want you to tell us the entire weekend because you watched both WWE and AEW, I believe. So what was the experience like, watching it from your couch or watching it from your love seat or what have you? And how do you feel in the landscape of professional wrestling right now? Because right now, professional wrestling is booming. Yes. It really is. Yes. However, there's a war that's going on, and I think we're still in denial about that. So tell us your thoughts.
Oh, man. So this weekend, I think I said on the podcast, remind me of WrestleMania weekend. It brought a lot of people together from overseas and stuff like that, and all in as you experienced. And one thing I didn't watch, I did not watch Saturday Night Main Event. I'm gonna let that be known. I did not watch it, but the wrestling, even though I do not like the counter programming, it was like a celebration of different areas of wrestling. You had your sports entertainment, you had your upcoming, but then you had your 5 to 6 hours of straight up bangers at the bangers and intense wrestling in AEW. The Indies even had some shows over in Texas. So from watching it from home, I mean, I got the whole thing recorded of me watching All In. I was like this in this seat right here. I was like, oh shit, all this. I was getting up like I felt like
you were there.
I was there. Like I was in the front row looking at these great matches and I'm just talking about All In right now. And I even told you this. I told y'all this when we had the podcast. I've been waiting for Swerve for probably a couple years. Like, oh, he ain't. I'm gonna get Ain't Nobody some way somehow. I got it some way somehow. So I'm happy about that. And it was a great experience on the AEW side. WWE side, I knew I was gonna get in the NXT. I'm gonna get probably one good match, and I did, which was Ricky Starks All Ego. But when I get to Evolution the next day, right before our show, the ladies put on a hell of a show. I'm not even going front. I'm not. Remember you asked that? I was trying not to compare it to All In. Now I got a whole day of it. It was a good show because the ladies of all brands, NXT, AEW, Ring of Honor, and Evolution, all the ladies did their thing this weekend. I mean, if we could give flowers and shout outs to the ladies, did their thing. And we made history. Like, think about this, for a whole weekend, we had Athena get no one contender spot. She's out the Ring of Honor zone, and she about to be in the AEW title hunt. Naomi is the world champion. I mean,
that's something that has never happened. I don't think ever happened, like back-to-back nights where Black women really display excellence. That's a very good point. You know what? I didn't even realize that until you said something. But yes, that's a very good point.
We can even bring in Mercedes. Like, Mercedes put a stamp with Toni Storm. Like, Toni Storm, this is your division. I am not like you made sure that no outsider will come in and take your belt that you said I died for.
But I thought she had creative control.
Oh Lord. I thought so too until Tony answered that, didn't he? And some people don't believe it, but let's put it in perspective. Someone got creative control. Don't you think you supposed to be over on the biggest show?
Yeah, I really think that she would have pulled a Hulk Hogan and would have had all the belts. So that brings me to this question for you. So what why do podcasters or more so loyalists when someone says no, no, that's not what's going on. Even at the source said, no, this is not what's going on. But then yet we'll still come up with a conclusion that has no merit, has no type of weight behind it, but yet still gets upset. Like, where are your thoughts on that?
We are coming from an era of wrestling where it was one dog in the yard, where we gotta believe everything that they say because they are the only show in town. Also, the people that if the source, aka Tony Khan, tells you he got creative control, he's the boss, he's telling you he got creative control, you got one or two things to do: believe what he say, or don't believe what he's saying. Make up your own conclusion. They choose the latter. Make up their own conclusion because they don't want Tony to be right. They don't want Tony to be wrong. He should not even be in the position he's in. This is his daddy's money. It's not his money. No, it's his money now.
Is that what this is all about? I don't really think it's really about a money situation. I think it's more so that he is a super fan that is doing super great and literally gave us a generational pay-per-view.
He's a fan. He's a fan that actually made a GM mode in real life. He's a fan. While everybody that got their 2K do the GM and book their shit, he actually did it in real life. Called AEW. Okay, so
yeah,
while we over here fancy booking, there's nothing wrong with that and all, but if someone actually goes out and do it, and we it's a couple of them, but he's in a big stage right now. He's in the mainstream of doing it.
Yeah.
And what happens when you're successful? When you're successful, you bring haters.
Of course.
So
most definitely.
He's successful. Yeah. So he did that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, like everybody, and this is in anything that you do. But I know, like, because I really want to put the spotlight on you because we've been knowing each other for almost 3-4 years or something like that. I really want to kind of target before we go back into All In and saying in what you experienced this weekend. Can you tell us kind of like your progress, your journey as a podcaster from, it don't have to be from start to finish. I mean, you can tell us, the things that we should know, say all the personal stuff you can keep aside. I mean, this is totally on you. And also before you go, someone had a question for you. You mentioned something about stuttering. How were you able to get over that?
When I stutter, it's because of nervousness. Like if I'm very nervous, I just start, But to get over it, I had to face the fear. I had to go ahead strong with it. I gotta get over this hump, if you will. So it's not like I actually stutter. It's just that when I'm nervous or I'm gonna have people looking at me.
So that's it.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then also you have a military background, so
yeah.
And, we can dive into that too if you want to. But you mentioned something about the hump. How were you able to overcome that?
Overcome it by first doing like daily stuff. Like if you remember how me and you met, I was doing lives on your group, and that started the journey. Like, okay, I'm comfortable talking in front of the camera. I was never comfortable talking in front of a camera. I could take pictures, but as a camera come to me recording, no, don't. I got comfortable. Then when I got to talk on a podcast, now I got a picture that I'm talking to someone one-on-one, not a whole bunch of people. Like, but me and you talking right now, I feel like it's just me and you talking. Well, I know back in my head there's people watching us, but we're talking.
Right.
So that's how I'm doing it now. Like, I'm talking to people one-on-one. Like, if I was doing a podcast by myself, it'd be so different. I had to imagine I'm talking to someone one-on-one. If I'm actually talking to someone, it's normal now. It's just like me having this conversation about wrestling. And we could talk about wrestling all day, you know? That's all it is.
Okay, that's cool. Now, kind of tell us a little bit about your military background.
Former United States Navy from 2000 to 2003. I was down here stationed in Virginia, former electrician mate, pretty much electrician. Did one 6-month cruise overseas, and you might as well say close to Iran, Saudi Arabia, road to Spain, stuff like that. And then I just did the rest of my contract and got out of there. That is not, I'm sorry to say this, I'm trying not to TikTok language, but that's not a black man's world. Let's put it like that.
So how, with all of that, how were you able to get into professional wrestling?
Oh man, I've been a fan since I was a kid, man. My late aunt got me into wrestling. And then to come to find out, that's what kept me and my father as a common bond. Close was wrestling. He was a big fan of Jim Crockett Promotions, NWA. So that's why I know so much about that. I grew up in the WWF days, so I knew about that. And then other wrestling I learned. Put it like this. Every time I saw a wrestling ring when I was a kid, I thought it was WWF. I know the stuff. Like, this is who this. But as I grew up, I started loving it more, understanding it more. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. I think I told you this one. When I was a kid, we did a tour in Madison Square Garden. That's when I found out that wrestling was predetermined. And you thought that would like tell someone like, okay, stop watching. No, it was part of my life. It was part of my Saturday morning routine. Cartoons, wrestling, there it is. Go outside and play. But I've been a fan, and I'm not gonna stop being a fan. And I got my kids involved. You saw one of my boys. He still watch it. He's into it. His favorite wrestler is Will Ospreay. God bless him. and yeah, my wife is a wrestling fan. Our families are wrestling fans. Wrestling, people don't understand this, but wrestling, especially in the black culture, that's one thing. We was arguing and wrestling was on TV. You stop arguing, you look at wrestling. And then when it goes off, you continue the argument like you don't right there. But I have to stop. I can stop whatever I'm doing if wrestling's on TV and watch it. And to this day, I still do that. Like, I can watch football and then wrestling come on like, oh, like this.
Who was your first wrestler that you fell in love with?
Damn it. Terry Bollea was the first one. I got my ass whooped because of Terry because I ripped all my T-shirts like him. But then I learned to like other wrestlers, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Junkyard Dog. Junkyard Dog was easy because he was the first one that was like me that I seen on TV wrestling. Then it was Bush Reed, Coco Beware, and I started like, okay, we are in this thing. All right, cool. Go back to NWA, the Road Warriors, and then as I grew up, some of them changed and got replaced. Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H at the time, DX Triple H, then the game Triple H, and it started progressing when I started getting to Japan. I started getting Japan wrestlers, Mahiro Chono, Tanahashi, Great Muda. Great Muda was my first Japanese wrestling. So I could go on and on and on. Right now, modern day, my favorite wrestlers, just like my son Will Ospreay, Swerve, Ricky Starks, Ricky Stanks. When either one you want to call him, just because it's Mike MJF as a little asshole. I love this dude. And it's much more because it's so much variety now. It's so much wrestling. Like we again, I'm gonna bring a conversation me you had 20 years ago. We had these options,
right?
Like if someone got fired from WWE, we never heard from them again. Now we know they had TNA, they had MLW or the Indies, which the Indies is booming right now. It's so many wrestlers to like. It's so many wrestling organizations to watch. You can't watch everything, but you could try. You could try if you're a wrestling fan. So,
and that's a perfect segue to moving now to 2025. So, on one of the backdrop topics, right here, I believe that WWE is finding themselves on defense against AEW. Do you believe that? And if so, why or why not?
Yes. Anytime
did you see that happening? Like WWE being the number one company in the world being this vulnerable. Did you see this coming?
I saw it coming. If you watch, was it Being the Elite, and they got so mad at a YouTube show. Yeah, I saw it coming, and the fact that when AEW came, you was not threatened. You was not threatened with TNA. Even when TNA tried to do counter program against y'all was not threatened by them. Y'all was not threatened by Lucha Underground. When they did their show on Wednesdays, you kept your NXT on the network. But when AEW came out, you want to put NXT on TV.
Do you think that's now going back to that? Do you think, looking back at that, do you think that was the worst mistake that WWE did?
Yes. Because
why?
One, you could hide a lot of your negatives on NXT Black and Gold on your network. Just like I said, just like when Lucha Underground on, you can either watch NXT live or you can watch it tape and vice versa, right? But you put it on live, and then what you try to do is bring star power on NXT instead of having faith in the roster that you already had. They want the roster they had that day. They had Undisputed Era. How crazy is Undisputed Era was on the first episode of NXT on USA, and now, well, not now, but they soon will be in AEW.
Yeah.
All your, and it was just defensive. Everything was defensive, and not to mention you were so defensive that you put it on speech on live TV about a piss ant company that sells T-shirts. Everything that y'all did back then is not aging well right now.
It's not
aging well. So,
and then the crazy thing is they're involving now the wrestlers are starting to involve themselves. You know what I'm saying, with the whole toxicity. You know what I'm saying? You got Cody Rhodes that forgot what the fuck he said, a day ago. This man was the first one that even mentioned something about counter programming. That shit didn't age well because this man was the same person that said about the counter programming is back to the same company that disrespected him like 14 years ago. He
was, so if you remember this one too, he was the one that was trying to start
the revolution
while everybody else is just trying to wrestle.
Correct.
Listen, our wrestling is going to bring our fans in. You trying to go against WWE for your own game. You wanted to prove that they was wrong. When you didn't have to do that, they already knew they was wrong. You was one of the hottest stars that left WWE. You was in the Bullet Club. You was in Japan. You was in Ring of Honor. You was all over the place. And you came up with your own company. but you had help, but you know what I mean.
No, I get you.
And you're the only person that wanted to go to war, and then you bring in people that just got released and say, "Hey, we got to fight against the system," blah blah blah, and you got them screwed. And guess what? The people you got to do that, guess where they're back at? WWE. So it was like it really. I was constantly. I never will forget. It was Firefest. Like, will you shut up and let you know? I was like back then. I was pissed off, and I think he just. I don't know, like his father. He was just like his father. Dusty did the same thing.
2 questions for you. I'm glad you mentioned that. Number one, from ELC, the Mad. He asked you, or he asked us, do you think that Cody going back to WWE was a bad move on his part?
No, because that's where he wanted to go back anyway.
Now, my second question is, now that he's in WWE, do you think that he's going to go back to AEW?
No. And the reason I say no is because look where he's at now. He's pretty much, if you think about it, he pretty much is in the best position he could be in because he's the baby face. He's the baby face that he wanted to be. The number one guy in the company gets to pretty much, they get to shove down through like his hero Johnson that he did once before. He's that guy now. That's the guy he wanted to be. So,
do you think he regret that decision of leaving AEW because he did start a revolution? He did. And the thing about it is that the revolution did not die. It got stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's all because of him. That's the crazy part. Like, you initiated the giant, and now the giant is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Do you think, like, I know that you can't talk for Cody, but just for conversation, right? Do you think that Cody regrets that decision? Because whatever happens with AEW, or, you know, eventually if AEW overtakes WWE, which we probably know that that's never going to happen, do you think that Cody is going to fault himself for doing that?
What's the old saying, when you create your own monster and you can't, he still got a soft spot for you. Because you keep on bringing it up. It's not, he was not asking you all the time about AEW, but you keep on bringing it up. You had to use your own podcast to bring it up. You got your buddy Ricky Starr on the show, y'all bringing it up. You know what I mean? So it's still a special place in his heart because, one, like his father, you gave another spot for other wrestlers to go. If they're not being
That's true.
They're not being used in WWE, they could always go somewhere else now. And you help that out. I mean, honestly, it's I don't think he regrets it. Again, like I'm depending, like his father did the same thing. But if it comes down to, let's say for shits and giggles, that AEW is about to overthrown and WWE got bowed down to Tony Khan, he might feel a little something about it because, like, you created that, you planted that seed, that tree has grown and it's not getting chopped down no time soon. That's your
I really feel that, like, do you think that WWE kind of faults Cody for that? Like, for them getting bigger, getting stronger, because once again, like, we really don't have that conversation. We don't even have that conversation on our YouTube show. Like, 6 years later, did you ever think that AEW was going to get this big?
2021, I said they made it. We said they made it after All Out, which was still, to me, one of their, before All In this year, was one of their best pay-per-views. I still love that pay-per-view. I said they made it. They hit the promised land. They hit it. They're there now. All they got to do is keep this going. When Cody came back, we all said it, like, oh, they about to be petty on him. They did for the first, couple months, he looked foolish. Like, the night after WrestleMania, he calling a freaking triangle with his head popping out so he could rise up. We see your head pop up. What are you doing? Like, they made you look silly already. And then they brung up like, yo, Seth Rollins said it. You and your boys trying to have a company and trying to take down, he's trying to be the savior of the and stuff.
Right.
But Cody, he think he's righteous. He think he's doing what's best for the wrestling world.
I think Cody is doing what's best for him.
Yes.
And he doesn't care about anybody else.
Not now.
Not now. Right. I just really feel that way. Like, he got his spot. He doesn't give a shit about anybody else.
He got his spot. He got what he wanted. He made his point. When he got released from WWE, he put a list out and he said, I showed them, which a lot of wrestlers do when they leave WWE. I showed them, they gonna come crawl back to me. Only a handful of wrestlers WWE did that for. Cody's one of them. They went to his house and said, we want you to come back. And you can come back as the American Nightmare. We don't want Stardust. We want this character that you got over with around the world. We want this character. And he got what he wanted. He got his school being funded by WWE. He got all the merch.
No, I get and I get that. But I think what they wanted to do was they wanted to use Cody as like this biological weapon. They wanted to use him to unalive AEW. And for some reason, it backfired, like, tremendously. It backfired. And the crazy part about it is like they literally had to get rid of the components, right? They had to get rid of the biggest stars. Like, they had to get rid of Cody. They had to get rid of fucking CM Punk. Like, I thought that AEW was dead after CM Punk, but for some reason, they just got stronger and stronger and stronger. And I'm not going to even lie to you. This version of AEW is a lot more stronger than their counterpart in 2021. I'm not going to even lie. This is their, like, biggest, most powerful, formidable roster to date.
If I get political a little bit, they got vaccinated.
Vaccinated?
Yeah, they took their shot and got rid of all the viruses and all the backstage politics that's not there to help the company that was there for themselves and their paycheck and all that stuff. And they got back to basics. And said, hey, we are here to wrestle. They put it in their slogan. This is where the best wrestle.
I like that.
The best wrestlers.
I like that.
They got Okada, where everybody was, Okada's coming to WWE because of Nakamura getting the push. No,
Okada really, listen, I didn't think he was going to work in AEW, but this motherfucker is literally God mode right now.
Dude,
he's literally on his Roman Reigns like energy right now. And and honestly, I'm not mad at it. I wasn't even mad at it. I guess we can talk about All In now. So I'm not, oh God. We didn't even talk about this shit when we was in Dallas. We didn't even talk about this shit in the cookout. So I guess we can talk about it in the wrestling debates and catering. And this is a perfect spot. Listen, I'm all about Omega versus Okada. Like, I get they have classic matches.
Right.
Totally get it. But for some reason, the one in Dallas just did not hit for me. It just didn't. It's like, it was a good match, but out of all of the matches that we've seen, it seems like this one was the weaker one.
Okay, so talking to someone that watched all of their matches, yeah, this is not their best one. In fact, I showed you their best one, which was Dominion 2-3, no time.
Yeah.
But what they did though was leave the door open for a rematch because they know that's not their best. They know,
I know that it's not their best. No, it's we get that. Like, Omega is older, so is Okada. Both of them are older. I get it, but these motherfuckers have had classic matches. That's what y'all need to understand. Like it's like these folks do not age. Okada does not age. This man has not missed a beat. I think they got something like cooking on the horizon. I think they did that on purpose.
Yes.
Purposely. Because that was not the best.
It's like
at all. Oh my God, thank you. Oh,
I hate the
sweet. The fuck? What the fuck was
that? I don't know what the I do not want to compare it to this, but this is what I don't want to compare it to this, but this is I want y'all to give me a chance to explain it. This is what I said about AJ Styles and Nakamura. I said it's not going to be like in New Japan because they're going to want a story with it, and it's going to go past what we just saw with Nakamura going heel, and it went all the way to another match, to their last match, which was their best match in WWE anyway. I think this is an appetizer to something bigger. Because they also still got Forbidden Door in London. Then they go to I think they think they're gonna go back to Japan in January. So,
I need them to go back to Dallas. I'm sorry, but they left. For real, like they left a huge impact. Everybody, I'm gonna tell you the temperature, right? It is fucking about to be Wednesday. Okay. The pay-per-view was on Saturday. We are still talking about that pay-per-view. We have talked about AEW pay-per-views in literally it will probably last maybe 24 to 48 hours. We are still not over AEW All In. That's how powerful that pay-per-view was. The drama, the incitement, it's it has literally I can't listen, I have this smile on my face. I cannot stop thinking about Dallas. I can't stop thinking about the wrestling content creators that I met. I can't stop of the energy. 30,000 screaming fans. I can't get over it at all. And it seems like on X, and I'm going to just say this, and then I'm going to shut the fuck up. There are a lot of there's a lot of WWE fans that is praising AEW All In. There's a lot of them. I don't really give a fuck about the detractors. I can care less about them because once again, like you said, where success, there are haters. There are going to be people that's going to hate on your success because they are envious of you. They're not going to tell you that you're good. So what they're going to do is they're going to shit on you and try to bring you down to their level. That's what a hater is supposed to do. Yeah. So the whole thing about AEW All In Texas is that fucking pay-per-view is going to go down as one of the most legendary pay-per-views, right up there with WrestleMania 17. And I don't do this lightly. I don't ever compare any pay-per-views to WrestleMania 17 because WrestleMania 17 is in its own league. You can't talk about that. But this motherfucking pay-per-view, I'm sorry. Being there live, oh my God.
I was listening to the cookout when you asked that question, and I heard what Light Skin said, but I forgot the other guy. I think his name was Monster. I think it was
Monster.
Yeah, but I like his answer better.
Which was
this day and age, and for wrestling fans, this is their WrestleMania 17.
Yes,
I love that answer because that's. It's
yes.
Like he said his son had the same face he had when he was, right?
I love that one too. One too.
My son, who you met, loved that period. He never see the thing is, some wrestling fans don't understand what we saw at WrestleMania 17.
Yes,
but they could say they saw All In. And let me add one more thing. This is the same company that people say will not sell out a stadium. They can't do it in the States. They just did in the States.
They just did numbers. And once again, y'all can shut the fuck up about they can't sell out the stadium. They did that shit in the U.S. They did this shit overseas.
And
Like AEW right now is on the bounce back. They're bouncing back, and it's unprecedented. I mean, literally gave us a WrestleMania 17 generational pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And like for us, it's like, we're the older generation, and now the new generation is saying like, oh my God, this is like my WrestleMania. This is my WrestleMania 17. And I've never thought that I was ever going to hear that, that pay-per-view, a non-WWE pay-per-view, is going to be in the same breath as WrestleMania 17. It's crazy.
It's a great, as a wrestling fan in my 40s, great to see that, because that means something that's been going on before I was even born can keep going for the next generation. And you can say whatever you want about wrestling, it don't matter what company, this shit is going to be around forever.
Indeed.
It's going to be around forever. It's going to evolve. It's going to be different forever. So what AEW did, what AEW did for not just for their company, for wrestling in this, especially in the States, it gave any company hope. Even a wink wink, a all black company, hope. All right, just get the right gave them the blueprint. Start passing, start promoting, start sharing, start doing this. Get word of mouth still works. AEW gave you the blueprint.
Yep.
You will be in the stadiums just like them. It took them just 6 years to do it in the States. So
6 years is unprecedented. That's crazy. As a matter of fact, thank you for that segue, because then we're going to start bringing some people on. Did you want to do it one by one, or just because we got a box that's open, so we could probably just get the one person in the box, have them talk for about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll just bring the rest of the people up. Okay. So Ashe Wrestling, everybody. Ashe Wrestling will be on pay-per-view. I believe they will be on YouTube, I believe. July 26th, I believe, at the same time, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. I believe their pre-show starts at 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. So once we get some more information on that, we're going to promote Ashe Wrestling. So first, I know Daydream wanted to come on first, so I'm gonna bring him on real quick, and then we'll bring the rest of you guys on. Thank you guys for being so patient. Once again, everybody, my name is Chris from the #Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast. This is Wrestling Debates and Catering on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Please do not ask me why we started late today. It's because my fat ass started late, and I was cooking my spinach in heat. I was cooking that, and I was late, and I was running behind. So yeah, that's why. But yes, if you are seeing this on YouTube, make sure that you are sharing, liking, commenting on this video. You can find us on all social media platforms. And without further ado, Daydream from Chicago, how are you doing, sir?
I am doing well. I am recovering from 9 hours of live streaming on the weekend. 6 hours for All In.
You are better than me.
3.5 hours for Evolution. But I am doing absolutely well. I enjoyed I enjoyed both pay-per-views. There's a reason why I did a live reaction to All In and Evolution, because I knew those two were going to stand out, and the other two pay-per-views, like, that's background footage and everything. It's like, I'll keep it in the background while I work and everything. But no, man, this was All In. For me, I don't compare it to WrestleMania 17. However, I do compare it, and I say this is their WrestleMania 3.
Oh,
meaning the main event. Remember, WrestleMania 3 was the Irresistible Force and the Immovable Object.
Oh,
Hangman Page, the Irresistible Force. Moxley, the Immovable Object. You look at Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné and Okada and
Kenny
Omega. That was Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man.
Okay.
Right, those two matches.
Come through with the
You know,
comparisons.
then you look at this match. Freaking Swerve and Ospreay versus the Young Bucks. That was the Hart Foundation and the British Bulldogs.
Man.
And granted, you know, when you make these comparisons, people are like, no, but it came before. It's like, no, you don't. Unfortunately, you know the impact of WrestleMania 3 when it happened. Like there was just a shift, and this pay-per-view had a shift. And Chris, you read my post on Facebook that I'm like, man, there's just you can't deny the vibe. And it's funny because I was on another live and this person was like, no, I don't see the shift with AEW. I'm like, what? And I'm like, I see it on all social media. And they're like, no, well, you know, algorithm. I'm like, bruh, Chris, you guys know, I manage 26 social media accounts. You guys know my City of Wrestling brand follows all these wrestling promotions and all the major reputable media, wrestling media. On every timeline, it was all in. That's all it was. I literally had to go in the search engine to find out what the hell was happening in other promotions. I'm like, yo, that's something
okay.
I
was, honestly, bro, that's something I did not expect. I didn't even expect people to be talking about Supercard, Ring of Honor. People was talking about Collision. I mean, it was like it was growing and growing and growing, and now, like, this shit, like, all in not only did numbers, but it really turned a lot of eyes over to AEW. Then on top of that, we got Dynamite tomorrow, which is literally sold out. I don't know where they at, but
it's in Chicago.
They're in Chicago.
Yes.
Oh, they're in Chicago?
Yes.
Remember, 3 weeks.
Oh, fuck me.
3 weeks.
This is the crazy thing about that.
Oh, damn.
They just had the hottest streak of freaking shows. 3 straight days of hot streak. No one can say Collision was bad. That shit was
no,
because I was there in person. That shit was good.
Takeshita against Bandino. Athena against Thunder Rosa, because I was like, Thunder Rosa, you better show up because you better not embarrass.
The 4-way with Mina and
the 4-way for the
I forgot who
the TV title.
Yeah.
Then you got All In, and as we said before, Barbro, you still here? Shout out to you. This is what you said.
I think he here.
This closed a chapter. We're about to start a whole new book.
Oh, he's here. Okay, give me a second.
We're about to start a whole new book. Right on tomorrow. We don't know what's about to happen. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's next because everything is new now. So I'm gonna go back to your comparison about WrestleMania 3 when you said a shift was changed. If you remember, the shift was changed to WWF from the NWA, right? Well, now with social media, the conversation is AEW and then everything else.
Yeah.
AEW shattered. I ain't gonna say broke. They shattered records, numbers this past weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They with the conversation Sunday. No disrespect to the ladies because, like I said, it was a great pay-per-view. But even at your pay-per-view, I saw All In sign.
Yeah.
I saw a sign. I also saw a sign that I made a shirt called "Counter Programming These Nuts." Excuse me. So, respectfully,
I've seen.
So I love that that is doing this because it might put another foot in the WWE's butt because the first foot, it just y'all got comfortable with that foot. And then another foot in there. They're like, hey, y'all better wake up now. Y'all better wake up now.
Hey, you know what? I've seen more people make the comparison.
Stop dressing me up, y'all.
That AEW is what WWF was late 97, 98 right now, where they just got on that momentum and it's just changing. And a lot of people have been making the comparisons. Not a lot of people. These are people that cover wrestling media, that WWE is in a late, like mid 1998, 99 WCW. Where it's like that creative, like they're comfortable and everything. Like, oh, we have the biggest thing. It's like, okay, whatever.
you are you when you are the when you, God, guys, I hate to say it because I don't like his ass right now, but when you are the president of the United States, you don't worry about small things, right? So WWE, you think this is still in
Invincible.
your eyes, it's a pinch at company until you put some glasses on and you saw 30,000 people in a stadium. And guess what? When y'all, you want to really know what's petty about this situation is no one's talking about. Now WWE's doing Survivor Series in this baseball stadium.
Yep. Yeah.
Where?
And you know what? My buddy,
San
shout out to
Diego.
my buddy Alex.
Oh, San
who's,
Diego.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, was in on my live stream. We said the same thing. We're like, man, WWE is actually, they're by them booking all these stadiums every PLE, they're getting rid of the allure and the uniqueness of stadium shows. Like, think about it. Back in the day, the only stadium show was WrestleMania. Now they're normalizing stadium shows where it's not unique anymore. It's just another thing. So it's like, and you're making it passe, and you're making it easier for fans to get too familiar with your product, which WCW did in '98 and '99. And you know what? Let me go watch WWE, and that's what All In did. It just made it feel special because the next stadium show you're gonna see from AEW is gonna be next year. With WWE, the next stadium show is gonna be next month, so it ain't special. It ain't bringing that special attraction, and they're ruining it.
That's a good point. Bob Bro! Shout out to Bob Bro. Bob Bro. First of all, pleasure. I had so much fun with you this weekend.
Yeah.
So tell us, what brought you on to Wrestling Debates and Catering?
Just to continue the conversation, like what really stood out to what I still remember is that even after the show, like running into those WWE fans, like that dude Mike and I forgot his other friend's name. Like I'm sure they weren't the only two in the building, but those were WWE fans there. They're there with their WWE merch, their WWE championships and whatnot. But they said that was their first AEW show that they ever went to, and that they loved it. They loved it. They're definitely going to come back, and that's what I said was I said this long ago when we found out about the WWE putting 3 pay-per-views on the same weekend as All In. It's like you're walking. It's like you're walking down the street and you see something whatever under construction, and you know how sometimes they have it boarded up, but they have like a small little window they can peek in through, see what's being built. That's what WWE doesn't get, that you're putting these 3 smaller PLEs up against the AEW's biggest show of the year. You're building up a lot of WWE fans' curiosity, like, yo, what's going on over there? It's their big event of the year, but these other WWE shows, they're not as big. There's like they're glorified like house shows, like Saturday Night Main Events are glorified house shows, basically. And Chris, I told you during All In that not one time, like during in the between matches, we're checking Twitter or whatever. Not one time did I see one tweet about Great American Bash. The only tweet I saw was Sean Ross Sapp asking, "How's NXT?" Because of course Sean Ross Sapp is at All In with us as well. So not one tweet did I see about that. Like, so I don't know what their viewership numbers were for that show, but I'm sure it was horrible because, like I said, nobody was talking about it. Matter of fact, put it this way: it was like only 800 seats, I think, for the venue that they held it at. They didn't even sell out until the very final day for that show. Because, like I said, I mean, let's be honest: if you have enough money for one ticket, you're gonna go to an NXT Takeover show that's in an 800 seat arena, or you're gonna go to Arlington, Texas, at a baseball stadium with 30,000 people for the biggest show of the year. And don't put it this way: what we paid for our tickets would be barely nosebleed seats, like at a WWE Saturday Night Main Event. We sat like Daydream and Forster. We sat a few rows behind the whole.
Oh yeah, I seen it. You guys had some good seats.
And like I said, like in my experience with floor seating, if you're not those first few rows, Then you got to be looking over and standing on top of now. So I was like, that's why I told Chris, like, don't worry. We're the first section up. We have a clear view of the ring,
Yep,
clear
those
view
are the
of the
best seats.
stage.
Yeah, it was
We
beautiful,
sat
man.
our asses down when we had to. We didn't. Nothing
Yeah.
obstructed our view.
Nothing.
So like
Yeah.
I'm glad.
it was perfect and
Hey, real
everything.
quick,
It was
yeah,
dope,
bro.
man.
Give you some stats. So when I was doing the live reaction, me and my buddy were like, hey, let's check Twitter. I checked the tweets. Great American Bash at one point had 15,000 tweets. AEW All In had 54,000.
Wow.
That was the gap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, well, there you go, dummies. Should have never booked it against this show, dummies.
And now next month, it's official. They're doing a heat wave on the same day as Forbidden Door.
That's
What
wild
the hell?
work.
But you
Because
know,
remember,
That's wild work.
I think this time, not making excuses for them, but I hope they smarten up because if you try to go the same time as AEW with these shows, All In, Forbidden Door, you're not going to like the results.
Well,
Nope.
here's the thing. So it's obviously it's in London, so it's going to be an early start time here in the U.S.
Mhm.
So
Like
guess what? They're going to go at the same time again. They're going to do it again. I guarantee you
What?
right now, they're going to do it again.
Why?
Arrogance, ego.
I mean, but the arrogance is what what burnt your ass in the first place. I mean, you already contracted STDs already, and now you want to get another one. You want your ass to be on fire. When are you going to say, "Hey, I'm going to take my medicine, then I'm going to shut the fuck up because I learned my lesson"? So now you want to do it again. It don't make any sense.
It's a black or Latino family thing. If you touch the burned pot, what happens? You learn your lesson not to touch it again.
Yeah.
He like to touch that burned pot.
Hey.
No.
Hey, if you don't know your history,
I remember.
Listen. If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. Bischoff and Ted Turner did the same thing in late 90s. People were telling them, you need to change this, you need to change that. They ignored it because, hey, we want to stick it to WWF. And what happened?
It's the SpongeBob meme with that fish. Like, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Like, it's that SpongeBob meme. But because just quick update. So obviously, like I think some of you may know, I'm going to England next month. I'm going to be there with a bunch of my podcast mates as well. Like,
nice.
It's in the O2 Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Not one match is announced yet. I think they've already sold over 10,000 tickets.
Yeah.
So when I told Chris this about wrestling, especially about overseas in London, those people go out for wrestling. Mm-hmm. When TNA was not doing good over here, they did great over there.
Yep. Even WCW.
Everybody, when you go to London, Europe, anywhere, they show out for wrestling. That's why when they come here for whatever, they steal the show. They steal the show. So I'm not surprised. They don't need no match card sign or anything. It's gonna be sold out. And it's AEW. What we just saw this past weekend? Oh, they sold out.
Here's the thing. Yeah. It's obviously in London, the UK, but it being in Europe, you're gonna have a lot of people from France coming, from Germany, from Italy, obviously people from here, the States. So it's gonna be filled up. So I would let's see tomorrow night if there's any like hints or clues to what a couple matches are gonna be for Forbidden Door, because one right off the top of my head, Zack Sabre Jr. is the New Japan World Heavyweight Champion. Yes. There's two. I've talked with my podcast mates. There's two routes that they could go, and I'm fine with either. They could go with a third match with Sabre and Danielson. It will be the rubber match because it's 1-1 right now. It's 1-1 right now. Remember, Sabre won in Japan, and Danielson won at Wrestle Dream. So now the third, this would be the rubber match. You could do that, or how about an All England match? Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness. You tell me that UK crowd would not go.
That's actually
a smart move.
That's a very smart move.
But it's in the conversation.
I'll tell you right now. If they were smart money, that should be the first match they announce, with the one involving Zack Sabre Jr. And I love them both, but man, listen, for selfish reasons, me gonna be there, and even my mother was there last year with me. She's coming with me again. Like we went crazy for Final Countdown and everything. I want Bryan Danielson. Because here's the thing: like even my podcast mates, they're all from the UK. They're not gonna boo Danielson. Danielson's not gonna get booed. Both guys are gonna get cheered, and
See you later, bro.
it's insane. But I mean. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what the hell they're thinking with NXT putting on the same day as that card. They're gonna learn the hard way.
Exactly. And
I don't understand the strategy of doing this, and you're hurting not just your product, but you're hurting those wrestlers in NXT.
for sure.
There's nobody in NXT. No disrespect to them, but there's nobody in NXT roster match AEW roster.
No. And
You can have all the ex-AEW roster members you want. It's still not matching because they're not AEW no more. There's the reason why they're not AEW no more. So they're not matching with anybody you got. Who you gonna have to match with Will Ospreay? Nate, who?
Yeah, that's true. Hey Ziggy, I know you came in after Daedrian, I believe. Is there something that you want to add? Shout out to Ziggy. He's a co-founder of #HealthLife. Ziggy, so what brings you on tonight? Ziggy?
Wake up, Ziggy. Wake up.
Is he asleep?
Wake up, Ziggy.
Is he really asleep? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, Ziggy. I don't want to do this to you, but I have to kick you off. I'm sorry. My bad, bro. Okay. All right. The next person, Light Skin Galton, I know he is woke. What's going on, Light Skin?
What's happening, man?
So, what brought you on Wrestling Debates and Catering?
I love wrestling and all that. I was on a live earlier with Ladybug and we discussed the whole counter program. Like what Dedrian said, I believe, and he gave the numbers about, Great American Bash to, I believe I remember seeing that all in, like the total tweets compared to Saturday night's main event, over 170 to 180,000. Saturday night's main event, 65,000. So, if people want to keep comparing the numbers, I think AEW is doing just fine. So, whatever backhanded comments people want to give about, it's in an empty stadium. I mean, Chris, Bald Bro, y'all were there. Y'all had first-hand account. And I saw it with my own eyes on pay-per-view. That stadium was far from empty.
It was full. Like, no lie. There's probably on our left-hand side, there were 2 rows that were empty, but there were a VIP, like it was a section where you couldn't see the ring. So that's why that section was they didn't have anybody that was there. So that made sense. But other than that, man, the whole fucking stadium was full. So, but if anybody, if you want to sit there and try to see how many empty seats it is, I'm sorry, but you're not going to have that conversation over here because that's not what we're here. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about fucking professional wrestling. Yes, it is sad, but then you gotta understand that this is a generational of new fans that like, okay, if you're happy, I have to see you angry or I have to troll you. You see that we got a whole bunch of motherfuckers that be coming up either on the Cookout or Wrestling Debates and Catering and be saying some off the wall shit just to get a reaction. Them days are over. In Texas, listen. If you want to be a troll, I'll be a troll right along with you. I'm just good at what I do, and I'm better than you, and you know it. So I'll just show you. I'm not going to get up. Why do I need to get upset with someone that's sitting up here? You want a reaction? Okay, if you want me to make you look like a silly ass bitch, so be it. I'll do that. I got time. But Texas gave me so much life. I don't need to go back and watch WWE programming for what? I don't need to. WWE already showed me that number one, you're not affordable. That's number one. Number two, your programming is just off the rails. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some professional wrestling, put some story telling behind it, and I'll be good. They can't even do that shit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna shut the fuck up when I say this. Y'all punk ass fucking tribal chief came back yesterday. Ain't none of you motherfuckers even said anything on fucking social media. That's how I know that there's a problem. Because y'all be moist fucking butter cakes and cream pies be saying, oh my God, my fucking tribal chief came back. You know?
Oh, wait a minute. Wrestling Debate is sponsored to you by oatmeal cream pies, Little Debbie's. But let me tell y'all something.
And Planters nuts.
Before I see you have something to say. I'm just gonna say this. Y'all need people that go to these shows. Stop taking these pictures of the hard cam and the tarp. Every wrestling company got the tarp. You already know why the hard cam area is tarp. Stop taking these pictures in the beginning of the show and say the arena's empty. And stop that. You brought a ticket to watch a show. If you brought a ticket to be weird, you take your weird butt home somewhere. As light skins say, sit your happy ass down.
And wash your ass while you at it.
And wash your ass.
Yeah, that's just
Thank
weird.
you.
It's
That's
weird.
weird.
It's very weird. If I'm not taking to a show, I'm focusing on the wrestling show that's in my face. I don't care if it's an indie show. I don't care if it's WWE. I don't care if it's AEW. I brought the ticket for your product. I'm coming to watch it. You brought a ticket to come to the product and try to embarrass it. You go being more embarrassed because these wrestling companies got soldiers that will defend to the death. So stop it.
Front lines.
Hold on, I think Lightskin has his hand up. What were you about to say, Lightskin?
Don't forget number 3. WWE has done a really good job at alienating the hardcore wrestling fans by sitting up there saying, quit complaining and just watch.
Correct.
Don't tell me to watch something if I'm not entertained by it. Okay.
Right.
Don't that sound like shut up and dribble?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
Like,
in a
don't
lot of
you
ways.
and culture me.
But
that damn big bird.
Yeah, I'll say this. Watching All In gave you every single emotion that a human can have. When Adam Cole came out, you cried sad tears. When Dustin won a TNT title, you cried happy tears. When Hangman won, you cried happy tears. When you thought the Young Bucks probably was gonna win, you were probably mad. When happy, sad, mad, every single human emotion that you could have, you had it during All In. And it's just like that is the beauty of professional wrestling. You sit there and you feel something. That's why all of us are wrestling fans, because as a kid, you sat down in front of the TV and you felt something when watching it. WWE is an emotionless robot at this point now. Except I didn't watch Evolution. I'm probably gonna watch it probably tomorrow or something. Just get a good look at it, because I support the ladies all the time. And it's just like, but All In, it was just beautiful. And it's like, nobody would think that a Texas Unalive match would be beautiful, but that match was beautiful. It was just, when Swerve came out and he gave Hangman the chain, and he gave him that look like, go ahead. That was like, that is 2 years worth of story. Hangman Page's arc in wrestling is probably one of the best arcs, if not the best arc, in my opinion.
Are you in your bed, bro?
You said what?
Are you in your bed?
No, I'm sitting up in the office chair right now.
That's what I'm hearing in there too.
Okay, I'm like, okay, continue.
I feel like you're doing ASMR on the microphone.
My bad.
It's like,
I'm sorry.
the chain. That's beautiful, dog.
But yeah, it was.
Let me tell this boy. I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
But yeah,
wish I had my damn mic. That I really miss my old mic. ASMR. I'm here to stroke your eggs. Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
But yeah, it's like it was everything. It's like when they took out Joe, when the ops took out Joe, that made you mad. That was to begin the show. It made you mad. You was like, what the fuck? How would they do that to Joe? God damn it, Chris.
Chris, you're being weird now.
But
Sorry.
but
Okay,
like
I'm not gonna be weird no more. Go ahead.
Yeah,
but like
Chris.
that made you mad because they were like they took out Joe, and Joe is a huge threat in professional wrestling. So it's like, yo, they took out Joe, so it's a chance Moxley might win. It's like you didn't like the main event. You did not know who was gonna win until somebody won, and and like I'll say this: when it comes to professional wrestling, I need my heels to tap out. If you a heel, tap out. Don't try to look cool and pass out. No, that is for the baby faces. Heels should be cowards in submissions and tap out. Just like what John Moxley did. He was a straight coward. When he was getting choked out, he tapped like, get me out of this, get me out of this. And it was just like that was beautiful because like he found out he was fucked. He had nowhere to go. Nobody was coming out to save him. Everybody was took out and he tapped out. And ball, bro, you and Chris was there. I seen everybody joyous, celebrating, hugging. People probably had tears in their eyes. I was like, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. And Brian Danielson, lying ass, need to go ahead and put them damn tights back on and wrestle. Motherfucker saying, oh, I can't do nothing. Motherfucker out here doing taking back bumps, doing suicide dives and shit. Get your ass back in that ring.
Cody told
I'm
him
here
how
for
to
that.
lie,
Oh,
remember.
also, Rufus Lala is in the comment section. What's going on, Rufus Lala? I always got to give on to you. Shout out. Go ahead, Brad, and then we'll go to Nina and then Ice. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say just one last thing that I'm head out. Like I said, I think I said on your podcast the other night, like All In was basically it was the season finale.
Yeah, that's
It was
Yeah.
the season finale, like in the best possible way. And you know what? The ending kind of gave me vibes of was like season 5 of Game of Thrones, when with the episode the Battle of the Bastards, when you had Jon Snow and his army versus uh I think Bolton and the other bastard. It was the Battle of the Bastards, and like it was just the all out war, and Hangman was, but basically all the good parts that you wanted to happen, it happened. Like if you were tired of the Young Bucks being the EVPs and running rampant with their power and all this stuff, that's done with. That's over with. If you didn't like the fact that Mercedes was over 400 days as a TBS champion, that you thought she was unbeatable, and you're one of these idiots who thought she had creative control, but Tony Storm, like her and Tony Storm had, arguably the match of the night. You can make an argument for that. Guess what? Mercedes lost, so that's done with. And how do you say? It sucked about the Adam Cole news, obviously, and I spoke it on your podcast. It was a great pivot, in my opinion, because what would have been the news of if Fletcher would have won that match? Like, what would have you have remembered about it? Would you have remembered him winning the title or Adam Cole's speech afterwards? You would have your mind was still about Adam Cole. So I think Tony saw an opportunity. Like, we don't want Kyle's first title win to have, you know, just that cloud hanging over it. So let's give it to the hometown guy, the day one guy in Dustin Rhodes. Get the huge crowd pop, the huge hometown pop. So that brought the crowd back up after Cole's speech. It's not a
Who was
matter
in
of
the
if.
first?
It's not a matter of if, but when Fletcher's going to win the title. He's going to win the title. Like, so give it a few weeks, a month at the most. He's going to win it, and everything will be good from there on. And also, and just the last thing, you were tired of Moxley's reign, 7 months with the Death Riders. That's over too. So literally tomorrow night on Dynamite, it is a brand new season with so many possibilities that it's almost endless at this point. Like, we'll see how it goes, but I mean, listen, like I said, yeah, we were in tears. We were happy because like Hangman is one of the few wrestlers in my lifetime as a wrestler that has made me feel on an emotional. I've been emotionally invested in. Like, it's been him, it's been Daniel Bryan, it was Bret Hart as a kid, and that's it really. Like, and that's why I don't really watch WWE at all, because I'm sorry, there is no talent. I mean, as really. The women are killing it over there. The women are doing great over there. They had a great
Yeah.
Evolution pay-per-view from what I heard. They deserve more love. I think the women in WWE are doing far better in 2025 than the men are. Because I'm sorry,
100%.
I look at the men's talent over there. It's a majority of them are the same guys who've been there for almost a decade plus. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm bored of CM Punk. I'm bored of Seth Rollins. Honestly, I've never been a big Roman Reigns guy. Like, that's just me personally. Like, you can have all that aura, the 20-minute entrances. I'm sorry, the bell's got to ring, and he's not my cup of tea when the bells ring. If that's you, cool. But I'm sorry, it's just hard for me to go from watching Hangman, Osprey, Swerve, Bucks, and then I gotta watch Roman's fucking 10 mile per hour pace in a 70 mile per hour highway. It's like, man, if you like him, that's cool. It's just there's nobody over there that's like I'm emotionally invested that I want to keep up with week to week. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, new chapter starting tomorrow, and yeah, man, I'm excited to see where it goes. But that's all I got. You guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Brent.
All right. Peace.
All right, Nina, you're up. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So, like Barbara was saying, tomorrow is a reset. Even though they do have one match announced, it's a 6-man match with Hangman and Hobbs and Mark Briscoe versus the Death Riders. But and everybody's complaining about that, saying, I thought they were finished with the Unalive Riders. I'm like, something's going to happen after that match. I think they're going to lose. The Unalive Riders are going to lose, and they are going to attack Mox after that.
Claudio, new leader.
Mm-hmm. I think
I'm not going to even predict. I'm just going to watch it and just be done
That's
with
the one reason why people love AEW. It's unpredictable.
Yeah, it is unpredictable, and I'm just like, why are you? I'm just like, people are just sitting up here because it's a 6-man and because it's involving Hangman and Mox. They're like, they just did a Texas Death Match. Why are they still feuding? I'm just like, just watch.
I don't even know why. I'll say this.
Yeah. People are so WWE trained, they think they know what's gonna happen. AEW is the complete opposite of WWE.
Mm-hmm.
If you think it's gonna, especially if you tweeting it, Tony Khan is on Twitter. He sees what you're putting out there. You about, oh, that's what you think? Psych, bitch. Here you go.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Yeah. So with AEW, even if it's predictable, it's still watchable.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Even if you get the whole storyline right and you get the result right or you get the prediction right, it's still watchable. Other organizations, not just WWE, when they get the predictability, it's like, okay, I saw that coming a mile away. AEW saw it coming a mile away, like, damn, that shit was awesome. Like, when we get to the point, like the one thing I say about, I say this, comparing WWE is, I like AEW because they give me a satisfying victory. Then the shenanigans happen after the match. You get the shenanigans during the match. You're not telling me a story. You're telling me that you could have come up with an ending. So this is your escape route.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you were saying earlier about the 6-man tag, and I kind of like the idea of they might turn on Moxley, but they might not. They might. Yeah. They might turn on Willie Euler because he's the young boy, or this might be the return of Pac. We haven't seen Pac. There's so many options to go, so many layers in this onion. It's crazy, but I like that people want to guess. Like I said it multiple times. It's great to guess. Yes.
Yeah,
it is.
It's great.
And I want to add one more thing.
Sure, go ahead.
This kind of got me ticked off today.
Okay.
So when Naomi won, Mercedes, he was one of the first people that tweeted her and congratulated her. And I saw this. Right underneath of that, some ignorant ass was like, oh, how'd it feel to get belted ass by Tony Storm? Why are you talking to that? And she's congratulating Naomi.
I'm only laughing because that's like the wrong place to put that comment.
Yeah.
When you are behind a keyboard or when you are on an iPad, people feel that they're empowered. But just remember, behind one stupid comment, there's going to be a retort for you. So
Better be ready.
Be ready. That's what I'm saying. Be ready.
I was just like, that's what I just said. You really felt the need to do that? And you're a black man doing it to a black woman. What in the world is wrong with you? And he was just like, then he responded to me like, get the fuck out of here. You get the fuck out of here, bitch. Just like that. I'm like,
got his feelings hurt.
I'm like, wow.
And I would have, and you honestly, because I'm petty as fuck, I would have choked the fuck out of him until he left. Like, why not? Like, I mean, and the thing is, in them, you shouldn't even be surprised at this point.
Right.
I mean,
especially on Twitter, man. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because I see you in replies all the time, Chris.
Sure am.
Yeah.
And don't give a fuck either. I just don't care.
Hey, listen. I'm immune. I know how to attack that. But nah, I truly want to speak about All In. Like, it really gave me feeling like, and the crazier part about it, before All In, before anything, I felt All In season right around when they announced the Owen Hart, when Hangman, all of them was, competing for Ospreay was in. It gave me feeling like I've been anticipating for, like, I could say since Double or Nothing. Like,
oh yeah,
so it paid off well, the build up to everything. And my predictions, I'm gonna be real with you, it was wrong. And you know what? I love it, because AEW, you can't just, you don't get everything right. You may get a prediction that'd be like, okay, yeah, that person may win, but you never really know the direction. They'll put it in your face, but you just kind of, sometimes they will shift. Because I'll be real with you, I thought Jon Moxley was being Hangman. I really thought that. I thought they was gonna take the route where it's a riot in there. So but what I did love about that, it had me on my feet. It had me on my feet the whole time, just trying to bite my nails, nervous, because this was the most important match, I say, arguably, in AEW. This was the one that changes everything. And when I keep looking back at it, like, I keep looking at the clips and the way Jon Moxley, how he sold that. And I really have to give Jon Moxley some respect. I know it's unpopular. I see people on Twitter like finally giving him some respect now. And I get it. Del Friday said it was a slow route. I always respected the storyline because I knew I knew where they was going. I knew the purpose of it. And the purpose was for what Hangman did. Who's stepping up? Who's the man, like, that, who got the guts to take it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and like it paid off well in the greatest way. And I feel like Mox, I appreciate Mox for that. I feel like that's something, and that was his idea. Like, that story was his idea. Like the locking away in the briefcase. I feel like we wouldn't even get that lot of a pop. And this Hangman, yes, win the champ, but I feel like we wouldn't even get that lot of a pop if Mox, then come up with that ideal and Tony Khan and Tony Khan and say, yes, I feel like we wouldn't have got that. And I feel like for months, it felt like a dark cloud. A dark cloud was over AEW and story. And every fan was looking for that man. They hated Mox. Yeah. They didn't like Mox.
You know what?
I feel like Mox, and I feel like people on top. You don't post to. He was one of the heels that everybody that they didn't like, and you don't post to like him.
Yeah,
And
you're
I
not.
feel like he was the most true heel, and I feel like that pop that we got it all in, it was warranted for when he tapped out.
You know what's weird about that? You know what's weird about that? It didn't take 4 years to get that pop.
Oh,
No,
Right.
it didn't.
It didn't take
Right.
4 years
It
to
didn't
someone.
take
that
4
was-
years to get that.
It
No,
Okay.
didn't
That
take
was
4 years for
that was
someone to
shade.
finish the story.
no.
Right.
It took months.
It didn't take that. And also, like, and then like, because I was asking one of my friends that watched it, they watched it, and I asked them, I said, do you think they would have popped like that if it was Will Ospreay in that position? And
I
he said
personally
no.
say no.
Wait, bro. Hold on. Let her finish her point.
And my friend was like, I don't think it would have been a pop as big as that.
No.
Go ahead. Ace.
All right. I say I don't think Osprey would have got that big of a pop because there would have been like no story behind Osprey. Like Osprey was like, yes, I want to be world champion. But Hangman, it was like Osprey wanted to be world champion. Hangman Page needed to be world champion. Because Hangman Page for these past like 2 years has been through a lot. This was worse than like his first time. You know, his first time his friends abandoned him, but he had the Dark Order to pick him up. He had nobody this time. And like he had nobody because he made enemies out of people in that locker room by the things he did, burn the man's house down, taking out Christopher Daniels, retiring Christopher Daniels, doing all this. People were afraid of him. Ain't nobody want to stand. You don't want to stand by somebody you're afraid of. So he was the lone cowboy. So when he
Can I finish my thing real quick?
Give you 60 seconds because there's other people that want to speak. Go ahead.
All right.
And then we'll go switch.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it probably ain't gonna be 6 seconds anyway. But
Go ahead.
All in, like I said, all in. Like I said, I had that feeling, and 2021 All Out. The same kind of like it was like a same type feel, but it was more. I can finally say it. It's a bigger feel, and I feel like. And I had this conversation with my brother, and we kind of had like a disagreement, and that's okay. But I was like, 2025, it looks like it's on a trajectory of if these pay-per-views and these weekly shows keep going on to what they're doing, we can have conversations about AEW 2025 and AEW 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We kind of had that discussion earlier about that situation, and so I know there's so much next. Let me do this real quick about Hangman. Hangman in AEW is the best storyteller in AEW. This man went from being a drunk to the World Heavyweight Championship. It was a storyline for 3 years.
Right.
Then changed that to a guy that was obsessed of getting revenge if someone broke in his house, and changed for 2 years. Both storylines ended with him winning the world title against two villains in different ways. Like King Omega was the boss hill, like the final boss hill, and Moxley was just sick. Like a sick hill. Right?
Yes, bro.
I'm trying to say. Listen. I'm still learning TikTok.
He was the self-righteous one that was. He was the self-righteous one that was the villain.
Okay, that's a good one. Hangman. Hangman is one of the best storytellers in AEW. Well, at least character development of different emotions in AEW. So I can't wait for tomorrow because I want to know what's going to happen, what direction they gonna go with, and because a lot of people always say the chase is better than the the journey is better than the actual finish line.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see how they gonna treat him as a champion this time.
Okay.
I'm done.
All
My
right, let's go.
sister- or-
Go ahead, Emily.
So I was talking to Caroline. So AEW feels like family. You can meet the wrestlers and walk up with them and have personal interactions that will impact your life.
Mhm.
That's a fair point.
Look at Adam Cole with my sister and I Friday.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Did you
Love it.
did you know when you took that picture about the situation with Alan Cole?
No, nobody knew. And then QT Marshall told my sister they will do more pay-per-views in Texas because of how great it was.
Indeed, they should, because I will be back wherever
I
they
will
go.
too.
So,
And he said the fans are the best ever.
indeed, they are.
They need to learn. Like, all right, don't get me wrong. Stay where you're comfortable at. I get that. Chicago always gonna have All Out, and you know my hometown North will have Full Gear. But you need to expand because you got some great fans in other places, man. I mean, you do some of your TV shows, but if you do some pay-per-views there and bring it to that same energy, not just TV show energy, but pay-per-view energy to their town, man, you gonna get all the love and probably even more. Your fan base probably double or triple if you come to different places. So I'm glad he did Texas. I really am. Texas
Very
is
true.
now.
All right, let's go to Swift and then to Bless King. Go ahead, Swift. Welcome to the show.
What's going on? I
What's
want to see this because I was also in attendance there in Texas because I went to both the ROH Supercard of Honor, and All In. Like I said before, both shows top tier from cards from top to bottom. WWE should never try to counter program both of those shows in any sort of capacity because that was just an embarrassment on WWE's part.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that when I walked into All In, it felt like I was walking into Wrestle Kingdom.
Ooh, nice.
Because I've been to a Wrestle Kingdom match before. It felt like Wrestle Kingdom. It felt like I was watching Kota Ibushi and freaking Naito.
What's your name? I'm gonna follow you.
Okay.
It felt the energy in that in Globe Life was just. It felt like Wrestle Kingdom, and each match. And I know there are people that I've seen people say like Mercedes should have won because like a lot of people don't get her character. She is a CEO. What are CEOs known for? Sucking up all taking up all these belts from different promotions and being greedy and being arrogant. That was her character. She wanted all these titles. Tony says she only needs one.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. What are the 7 deadly sins?
Gluttony.
Exactly. Greed.
And then when you look at the men's heavyweight side, John Moxley was looking for someone worthy of holding the title because of what happened with Pepsi Man. He felt like the guys on the AEW men's roster were lackadaisical. They didn't cherish that title. That's the AEW men's title is the most, I would say the second most prestigious title in wrestling behind the IWGP title.
Okay. All right.
The two most prestigious titles in wrestling, John Moxley has held both. And every time he holds a title, they've been even more prestigious or they've gone up in a level. Mm-hmm. So with the men's AEW title, he was looking for someone to not only meet. I would say this. You ever seen that movie King Arthur with I forgot the man's name. When he was in the movie, he said, "Finally, a man worth unaliving." King Arthur, that was John Moxley. When he's the Saxon looking at King Arthur saying, finally a man worth unaliving. He was looking for someone that was worthy of holding that title.
Mm-hmm.
And John, in some form or fashion, Hangman had to make himself feel worthy of it, because in his psychological mindset, because of what he went through with Swerve, he didn't feel worthy enough of holding that title. John had to bring it out of him in order to make him feel worthy of holding that title. And when he won it, you saw the emotion. And I don't know if anybody paid attention to it. When he held the title up, guess whose place were on the title?
Bryan Danielson.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the last person worthy of holding the title.
I mean, technically it was Blue Panther, but yeah.
Well, how you put it? But all that being said, there was a lot of conduits of the story that a lot of people either missed for the men's title and the women's title. Even went down to Dusty. Dusty been a day one guy. What's the whole thing was called All In Texas. All the guys that was on the pre-show and the show were called the Sons of Texas, right?
Yeah.
Even his grandsons, who I guarantee they're going to be AEW bound by the time they get bigger once they fill out. They already got the next generation of tag teams to that Rose pipeline to AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I got the Von Erichs going up to AEW and possibly being AEW World Champions in the next 2 to 3 years.
AEW's young talent is just especially with Nick Wayne turning on Christian Cage the exact same way that when Christian Cage turned on Jungle Boy. That was just
and they can never say AEW don't tell stories or not giving you crumbs to a bigger piece of the pie.
Every match felt important. Every match.
And every
match felt important. And I'm so happy for the Von. And like I said, I don't know if everybody knows that Kevin Von Erich is under a Legends deal for AEW now.
He deserves it.
His family, that man, not only just Kevin Von Erich, but the whole Von Erich family.
It's weird. It's weird that you say that because he's also still under a legend contract in WWE too.
That man get money from both sides. He pay me. But I will say this to the people who wasn't watching AEW in 2020, because I've been watching the entire time. Dustin Rhodes was in the first ever TNT title tournament, and his brother won it. Cody won it. So both Rhodes brothers have now held the TNT title. And people being mad that, Kyle Fletcher should have won it. Maybe this Wednesday, Kyle Fletcher could cut a promo. It was like, I was prepared for a one-on-one match. I was cheated out the title. And he could just go crazy. He can take out, like, all the legends. Like, you feel me? Like, because, like, people like to compare him to, like, Randy Orton. Kyle Fletcher's his own man, so. But, like, But let's say Kyle Fletcher has his own legend unaliver gimmick. He's taking out some of Dusty's friends from the past. Some legends in the locker room, because you feel me. I feel like Jerry Lynn could take a bump, quote unquote a bump. You feel me? Just pan the camera, Jerry Lynn, Bleedingson, Dean Malenko. Take them out. You feel me? Dustin, he'll get angry. He'll be like, you know what? You want my title? Come take it from me. Set a title match on. Kyle Fletcher just goes ham. He wins the title.
So I'm gonna add something to it, and if this happens, I'm lucky.
I got a stipulation to it too.
Kyle Fletcher pulls Triple H the next night. Remember, he supposed to have won the WWE title with SummerSlam one year, and Mick Foley won. And the next night, he found a way to get the title. But this time with a little twist. And I'm looking at Sammy Guevara. How Sammy was looking at him. How Sammy got mad that it was Dustin that won. And if you watch, I think everybody here watched AEW from day one. Sammy Guevara is still a little prick.
Yeah.
Still inside. He tried to change, but he's still a little prick inside. So,
but see, what I would do with that, Enforcer, they are the current Ring of Honor tag champs, right? So that gives room for the infantry or one of the younger tag teams at ROH to take those titles off them and start that feud with Sammy and Dustin.
Well, yeah, because it's not over. It's not over.
Yeah, it's not over.
You hear,
So
you hear
there's
Shane
always
Keller. You hear Shane Keller talk. Oh, they gonna get those tag team titles.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm like, because the infantry.
They are going to get them titles. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
Hold on one second. So I lovely conversation. Let Bless Clean come in the conversation. Then we'll go back to light skinned. So just want to make sure everybody's involved in the conversation.
Okay.
Bless King, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being patient. Is there something that you want to add?
I agree wholeheartedly with what y'all saying. Y'all, it can go many different ways with the TBS title, with Dustin having it. I do think he won't hold it for long because that was like, a spur of the moment type ordeal with the Adam Cole situation. So they had to reverse some things and they had to put some things in order. Um, I'm just intrigued to see what's going to happen tomorrow night with AEW and see what direction they go because, like y'all say, it's a new season. It's the 2025-2026 season. Speaking of Forbidden Door, I think also they may announce that Mystico and MJF will finish up at Forbidden Door as well. That controversy is not finished yet. If y'all looking at it real close, I think they will finish up at Forbidden Door. Overall, I want to see how the new EVPs play out with Swerve and Will Ospreay. I think they on the website right now as EVPs, if I'm not mistaken. I think I read something about that.
Yeah,
They are.
I thought they wasn't.
No. On on AEW's website, they're listed as EVPs.
even though they said
Wow.
they didn't want the titles, Tony gave them to them anyway.
Wow.
Someone
I
gave
saw
a
something
title
on
shot.
Twitter. And I think it would be absolutely hilarious because
Something to
wrestling
go
needs some
down.
comedy once in a while. I was like, they should do a skit where like they are the EVPs, but Swerve shows up in like t-shirt, jeans, some sneakers, but Will Ospreay is like in a full suit. Like they actually trying to Will Ospreay is actually trying to be an EVP, but Swerve was like, yo, like, cause like in the promo he was like, I don't want to be EVP because I don't trust Will with that power, and Will was like, me neither. Because Will Ospreay might do some shit like, hey, we finna have a battle royal and the winner gets $100 Krispy Kreme gift card and he gonna book himself to win it. Like some funny shit like that. Because Will Ospreay loves
Wow.
Krispy Kreme.
Yes, he
But
does.
Wow.
they did say this. They did say this in a promo. They said if they win and they get that title on EVPs, they're giving it back to the fans. That's what they said.
Brett, you are hilarious and I love you. He said Mark Briscoe, EVP Mark Briscoe, baby.
Bro, if he
That's
comes, we're gonna
hilarious.
have the word of the day every episode. I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
Start the show with the word
Period.
of the day.
The
I,
EVPs, that's wild.
Yeah, I did want to respond to the Kyle Fletcher thing. I do think in some way, whether it lasts a month or whatever weeks, I do think they can make this a good feud. You know what I'm saying? Because I know Dustin want to put over young talent. So like I think what they can do, he can go against him just this one time only, and it can be like a violent match, like a bull rope. Depends on what Kyle Fletcher do to Dustin, how he leave him. And I feel like he should destroy Dustin. I feel like he should, so it can lead to that bull rope match or something. I feel like that should happen, and that's how they should. That's how Kyle Fletcher can become the TNT champion. Right
And
there.
I also want to throw a caveat in this for when people talk about the Okada Omega match. I've seen some of these people on TikTok saying Okada's trash and Okada can't wrestle. You're on some substance if you think Okada can't wrestle.
Absolutely.
I don't even acknowledge some humans. I just don't.
And my thing is like
No.
people forget this is the unified championship. So, and I don't know if anybody paid attention to the media scrum when Tony asked confronted Don Callis about him interfering in the match, he made it a rule that because it's going to be under the Continental Classic rules, because he was the Continental Champion, that there will be no interference. So just imagine you got one unified championship, you got representing both titles, the history of both titles. So just imagine if the international champion won, it would have been under international rules. So you got one title for two separate tournaments. So whoever wins it, whether they can go either way with rules set. They can go under the Continental Classic rules, or they can go to international rules.
I don't.
I like that.
Yeah,
Cool.
Don
Okada's the greatest hater of all time. Okada is just the.
Wait. Let's go to Light Skin. Light Skin have not said nothing in 30 minutes. Light Skin, you've been quiet.
Yeah,
Go for it.
I have. And all I'm going to say is this. No matter who you watch, no matter who you support, sit your happy ass down and just enjoy pro wrestling. That's all we've been asking y'all to do. I just find it funny now how the roles have reversed, because let's be real, AEW was just trying to find their footing here for the last 3.5, 4 years or so. They started out hot and then they kind of matriculated down, and now they're way back up. We're not saying it could flip-flop, that it's not going to go back and WWE is going to be like this forever. But man, AEW is hitting on all cylinders right now. I'm loving it. Like, I feel like how I felt when TNA was hitting their stride.
This really feels like 2019 again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like something fresh, something new, something exhilarating, something legendary. Like, it's just Texas really did it for me. It really did it for me.
I feel like this is something, and I talked about it with my brother. I said, I feel like this is something never before seen. Like somebody doing this, a non-WWE company. This is never before seen. Like in the stadium, you don't get that from. You didn't get that from TNA. You didn't get that from WCW.
You did.
You did? Well,
Mm-hmm.
was
It was, I mean, it was brief, but it was brief.
This wrestling is a recycling center, man.
Of course.
Wrestling is a recycling center.
Of course.
Also, keep in mind, WCW did do the Georgia Dome, but they didn't do the Georgia Dome how WWE would do the Georgia Dome.
No, but if you go how WCW did the Georgia Dome, the best highlight, even though he get on my damn nerves today, but the best highlight was when Goldberg carried for the title on a random Monday Night Nitro. But to compare it now, like we said earlier, this All In is for a whole new generation of wrestling fans that only heard about things back then or watched clips on YouTube or stuff like that. You are experiencing something that we probably experienced back then, but this is your time. This is the moment where, all right, we can say, WrestleMania 17 was this, that. And you're like, well, All In. In Texas too. And boy, every match, banger after banger, stories after stories, surprise to surprise, title change to title change, story finishing. Y'all got y'all moment now. But,
and what I meant by never before seen, right? And what I meant by never before seen is like, because WCW, they was doing a thing like with in the ratings and all of that, and then the attendance and stuff. But like, it's just like it's different because now WWE has to use different type of counteracts that is not working. It worked against WCW. It worked against them, and it hasn't. And it hasn't. That's what I'm saying. It's never before seen, like for this.
Counter programming always shoots you in the butt.
It does.
It always shoots you in the butt. TNA tried that a couple years ago or over a decade ago. Try to do another Monday Night Raw. It shot them in the butt. WWE did it. It shot them. It took a while, but it shot them in the butt. WWE even did it way before the Survivor Series took over for Starrcade. It's been a while, but it's shooting them in the butt. This business is shady as I don't know what.
Look what they did with look what they did when they bought NXT from WWE Network to TV. They put it on Wednesdays. What happened? Triple H got his ass kicked to Tuesday.
Exactly.
I still say Vince set him up.
For sure.
Somebody
for sure set him up.
And you know what? And speaking of what happened last night on Raw, I bet you I think WWE thinks because Roman came back, now they're back in the driver's seat. Please. They are not in the driver's seat. When I watched Raw last night, because it was literally nothing else to watch, I could not find anything else to watch. I was not entertained last night except for Naomi's promo in the beginning.
I could have gave you some Netflix suggestions or something.
You know what they did? Let me tell you what they did. I watched it and I peeped it. They tried to continue the momentum of Evolution. That first hour
was number women.
Females.
Yep.
They tried to continue the momentum there. So when you get to the men part, which I think was just the gauntlet match, you go talk about your OTC and all that stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, listen, he's back because your big show is in 2 weeks.
And Seth's gone.
Seth's gone. For how long we don't know, because Paul Heyman said, "Hey, he's Money to Bank to next June." So it's maybe the injury's not that severe. He's injured. I'm not going to speculate. I don't know nothing about it. But you need Roman to come back for SummerSlam. You need him to start something up. Because my opinion, I thought he was going to cost Seth the cash in. Since that's not going to happen, now you got to try to do a tag team or whatever.
It's gonna be him, Jay versus Braun and Bronson.
But I will say this.
I don't even think I'm gonna watch SummerSlam.
This is what I'm saying. I used to watch
the
pay-per-view. I used to watch their pay-per-views, and I think Roman is not like just like they said, Roman can't save them like how he did with that bloodline at first, and business was booming. It can't happen because I feel like I'm gonna be real. You started to see the talent level of like the talent that they built up. What they didn't build up after Roman lost that title and that Cody title reign. It showed of what the talent that they built up in them 4 years, and they didn't do it. They didn't do it, and it's showing in their roster and the way they booking their storylines. You see who they're dependent on. Look, Roman just came back. They're dependent on him. He's not going to be here forever. He's going to be active.
And once again, Roman Reigns is their Achilles heel. It was their best weapon and also their Achilles heel. This is what happens. I tried to tell people this for the last 2 years, and I said, and I was fucking right. I said, if you do not build your roster around Roman Reigns, this is going to be the end result.
Exactly.
You're going to be getting your ass kicked, and you're not going to have a supporting cast. You have Seth Rollins that's down. Now you bringing in Roman Reigns. Who is going to help Roman Reigns build SummerSlam? The women's division?
Yeah.
What Bronson Reed? Braun Breaker? Like, what are we doing?
Exactly.
And I find it crazy. They have talent like Carmelo Hayes, Dragon Lee. They just sitting there in the background, and I seen a photo of like Carmelo Hayes, R-Truth, in the Street Profits. I'm like, here they go again, grouping all the Negroes.
And that is the reason why I decide to scroll down and keep scrolling, because I'm just like, no, not going to play that.
I was like, really? So
I just did a huge
really?
sigh.
So you put? I said, really? So he's going from the Miz to this group with R-Truth and Street Profits.
I don't.
Who brought it?
And apparently,
I don't think it's official. I don't think it's official.
I don't even give a damn if it's official or
Yeah, me
not.
neither.
So, like, apparently, this man said that he's in the driver's seat. I said, so what you gonna do? You gonna run them off a cliff? Because that's exactly what you've been doing for the majority of your career. I said, bro, you can't even save yourself. The best thing that you did for your career is literally cut your hair and looking like a somebody from a Tekken character.
But
What
this
was his
is
I
name?
don't think that group's going to be
Yeah, it's not.
come to
It's not,
fruition. I
but-
don't think most of them are going to be on the roster by the end of the year.
The,
I'm
the,
telling
How
you right now.
WWE moves.
the crazy thing about this situation, I said this about this R-Truth. Y'all wanted R-Truth. Y'all did that. I said they brought him back. They're not gonna do nothing with him.
So all of that bitching for nothing.
He was not
bitching for nothing.
He was not the plan.
definitely for nothing. It was definitely for nothing.
That's why I do not, and I'm standing on business when I say this. I can't stand you WWE marks. You WWE moist cream pie potatoes. I can't stand y'all. Y'all are the most crying, whining bitches I've ever seen in my motherfucking life. Okay, the motherfucker's back. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to boost him like y'all would do, like we were boosting up Cody Rhodes? No. Oh, well, my slave went away, so I want him to come back. That's exactly what happened, and did do absolutely nothing with him. He cut his fucking hair, and now he's worse than what he was before.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You
true.
might just want to go ahead and hang it up, or just not, because they got nothing for him. I don't see him any type of R-Truth in any type of situation before the year's out.
And what he's gonna get, he's gonna keep on getting beat up by Aleister Black.
Well,
And to Aleister Black, what the fuck are you doing?
The story for Aleister Black and Damian Priest. So now, what you got R-Truth doing?
Fuck out of here.
I'm more dark and mysterious.
Fuck out of here.
No, I'm more dark and mysterious than you. Let's
Nah,
fight and
Triple
see
H-
who's
no,
more
no,
dark and mysterious.
I don't. That's why I said y'all chant for these people to come back. Well, whoever y'all want to come back, y'all feel is wrong, and then they didn't do nothing because because WWE. Well, how Dick Khan said, we don't dictate what the IWC want. So you're wrong back just to say we're gonna show y'all. We brought him back for you, but we don't have nothing for him. We're not doing nothing with him because y'all want him back.
And Aleister Black went back to WWE because he was horny. That's all that was.
Matter of fact,
Look where he at now.
Speaking of,
Look where he at now.
Speaking of, where's
Ground and pound. Ground and pound.
Rusev and CJ Perry? Where are they?
In the back eating catering.
Nowhere.
Wrestling
know
the
what?
basic catering.
You know what's crazy? But you know what's
You
crazy?
know what?
Hold on.
Happy
You know
Rusev
what's
ain't
crazy?
fuck, nigga.
You know what's crazy about Miro?
Absolutely nowhere.
You know what's
I
crazy
mean,
about
am I
Rusev?
wrong? I mean,
Yeah,
like
no.
my niggas, like you, like okay. So what we're gonna do is not only you can get the cream pie, but then also your wife can get
win.
the title.
Right.
You get the U.S. title. But I mean, T-Move Sasha Banks didn't hold that goddamn title for very long.
You know the crazy part about it?
Yeah, and
Hey,
speaking of her, speaking of Sasha, speaking of Mercedes, now everybody begging her to come back to WWE. She don't want to come back there for
For
what?
fucking what?
Watch AEW.
Yeah.
I get so sick of that. I get so sick of that shit. Cause you see John Moxley, people still call him Dean. And you see Mercedes Moné, they're like, please come back to WWE. If you enjoy seeing her so much, watch AEW.
They not.
Let's talk about
You
it.
know what thing
I'm
that pisses
guilty.
me off? I hate those people say I'm not watching AEW. I only watch it for Mercedes. What the fuck are you watching for then?
I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I still call Cassioli Cesaro. Sometimes I slip.
Unfortunately, you're not one of those people.
I know.
You're one of the good. I'm talking about the assholes that think they know. They think they know wrestling and think because you're such a fan of Mercedes or Sasha, you only
They
going to
don't know
support
wrestling.
her.
They know WWE, and
They
that's
know.
it.
That's basically it. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with being a wrestling fan. It has everything to do with your favorite fucking acronyms, and the shit is fucking weird.
And that's when you need to stop. You need to stop being company fans and being wrestling fans. If you say you're a wrestling fan, you support a wrestler. It shouldn't matter where he's at. Support him. If you left
him or
WWE,
her,
if
right?
you left WWE, let's put Dean Ambrose in. You left as Dean Ambrose, he turned to John Moxley. He's the same guy. He just changed his name. That's all he did.
Correct.
That's all
That's
he
it.
did.
And
So
change his image. That's
change
it.
his image.
He
That's
for
all
sure
he
changed
did.
his image.
So
Because like, you gotta
support the men and women forever. If it's Sasha Banks from Same Thing, the girl is bad. She's one of the best in the world. So support her. But if you don't like it because she's in a company that, this company's taking over my favorite business, it's not your favorite business because business wrestling is worldwide. It's a fraternity, pretty much.
Right.
exactly.
And the thing is, I think the problem is that these humans are programmed to watch only WWE. So WWE is trying to is trying. This is why they're going to continue the counter programming, because they were worried that this was going to happen or what happened this weekend. Then once again, I'm going to go back to what I said before countless times, either on the cookout or on here. If WWE did their job full time, then AEW wouldn't even be here. But apparently they didn't do their job right. So this is the repercussions for your actions. So now they're not relying on their talent and everybody. They're relying on their acronyms. They're relying on their longevity in professional wrestling.
All right, I'll say
So
something.
yes.
Do y'all guys remember when John Cena cut that promo on Roman Reigns and he said, "I'm still here because you can't do your job"? I think AEW can say that to WWE. I'm here because you couldn't do your job. I'm here. They're like, I am here because you fucked up almost everything for the last decade. Cody leaving. Like, if y'all were so good, y'all would have got a Kenny Omega. Y'all would have got the Young Bucks. Y'all would have got the Briscoes. FTR would have stayed. John Moxley would have stayed. Mercedes Moné would have never left in the first place. It's like AEW exists because y'all kept fucking up for the last 15, 16 years.
Right.
It's like it's not AEW's fault that y'all don't got y'all house in order.
Right. And you know the crazy part about that? Go ahead, Lightskin.
I wanted to piggyback off of what Chris said about WWE programming. They've been doing that for years when they didn't even have any competition. Take a look back at the commentary that was tweeted out a while ago during the Royal Rumble, I believe it was, when it was Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. I believe
he came from
they
the little
wanted
leagues.
to talk about their time in the minor leagues, quote unquote, if you remember.
Right.
You know, and they basically said it themselves. Everything that's not WWE is considered the minor leagues. WWE is
correct.
That's the programming we're talking about here.
And they're trying to program people my
Anytime
age.
you have Michael Cole on a mic saying that nothing else matters and WWE is the only place that matters, that's the programming we're talking about.
And this is how small your Twinkie is, right? So you claim that you are the big leagues, right? Well, if you are the big leagues, then why the fuck did you need to do 3 shows on one weekend to counter program this one show? I'm sorry, but
it didn't outsell the one show.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. If you want to sit here and you want to feed your favorite acronyms, you need to be doing your due diligence and going on social media and telling WWE about themselves. But instead, because they do not want to blame WWE or make their favorite acronyms look bad, they want to sit here and shift the blame to AEW. Well, first of all, once again, if it was because WWE has been here for fucking centuries and since the dinosaurs was on this earth, they do not want to talk about that shit. So what they want to do is they want to continue to keep blaming AEW. Everything else is irrelevant.
Right.
They want to say, "Oh, well, we're going to blame AEW for this. They look like Power Rangers." No, they don't know how to program. They don't know how to do that thing called storytelling. See, everything is
shit.
And they can't even do shit right.
If you're that mad, so don't blame AEW. blame the people that y'all look on the internet, the Jim Cornettes, the Vince Russos, the Roses. Those guys that was telling you, even when they was disagreeing with WWE, they say, hey, this place is full of, there's a circus. And storylines back then was not making stuff like that. If I compare anything to this, can you imagine what's that football league? UFL. If UFL would done this to the NFL, you know why it hasn't done this to the NFL? Because NFL take care of business. You know why there's no freaking why the big three basketball league is not nowhere close to the WNBA or the NBA? Because they take care of business. WWE, the new kid in town came in, and guess what? They came and stomped on your couch. They said, F your couch. There's nothing you can do about it.
Buy a new one, you rich motherfucker.
Let's go to Ice. Ice had his hand up. Go ahead, Ice. And what's up, Chase?
You know the crazy part about everything? Like, I feel like, because we were talking about the people that is left right now. When we talk about Rusev, man, Rusev, you was in a great position. The Redeemer, do you realize? And it's kind of crazy to me because how do you deny a storyline with Hangman, one of the top guys that can get you into the top places, you probably could have been the main eventer, the one that you want to be, but it's what MJF said, and he said something. These people think when they come from WWE, they think they're bigger than the program. And
Exactly.
I'm sorry, you're not. You're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to work out how Swerve did. Swerve ain't always been a man event. How he was right now. You know what he did? He's working Rampage.
And look at Rusev now. Rusev is back in fucking catering.
Rusev is a bona fide mid-card lifer.
You didn't want to take a hint.
I said it when he came to the AEW, and I'm gonna keep saying it. It don't matter, bro. You are a mid-carder. You are forever U.S. champion in WWE, and you are forever TNT champion in AEW. You are a mid-carder. Don't blame the companies. It's you. Take accountability.
You are the problem.
Wife.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
You're the problem. Doing right now.
Radio Matt from Wildin' Out. What's good, bro? Yeah, how you doing, man? Go ahead.
Me? Oh yeah, I was about to say that.
No. I'm still going in order. Just raise your hand because we got some hands up real quick. Okay, so we went to Ice. Go ahead, Light Skin.
I just want us to stop comparing professional wrestling to professional sports. It's not the same. It really isn't. Like the pro football and pro wrestling are two different things because they have two different business strategies. Number one, no matter how many people say that the NFL is scripted, I don't care what you say. All right, I'm tired of hearing it. We know professional wrestling is scripted.
Who said football?
We do. Number two completely different business ideologies. All right, they're similar to professional combat sports like the UFC. Like, yes, they have to hype up fights and stuff like that. But also at the same time, only they know what they're doing because, again, it is scripted. UFC ain't scripted. They're more about talking up fights, and it's up to the fighters to put on a good show, to put on a good fight, to go in there and win a championship for the recognition. Because when you are a champion, that's where all the money comes in. When it comes to pro wrestling, they determine who their champions are because of how much revenue they are bringing into the company. Okay, we already know. Take a look at the Dallas Cowboys. I hate to bring them up, but the Dallas Cowboys haven't been shit in years, yet they are still the most profitable franchise in the NFL. Why is that? Because they're the Dallas Cowboys. Because they have a huge fan base. Because everybody loves them. They are, quote unquote, America's team, and yet they have been America's ineptitude for the last 30 years.
So you're saying the Dallas Cowboys?
You said what?
I said, so you're saying WWE's the Dallas Cowboys?
Indeed, they are. Indeed,
Okay,
they are.
I believe that. I'm not
They are
questioning it.
basically America. Is unwarranted. It's uncircumcised. It's pathetic. It's slow. It's delayed. Everything. Every bad word is the Dallas Cowboys / WWE.
Lucifer's team.
What's I'm fine with because I'm not a Cowboys fan. I just want to make sure.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go to Bless King. Go ahead, Bless.
I agree. WWE is like that molded cheese you can't never get rid of. They always try to recycle back to the old ingredients to try to please the audience. And it gets old and boring.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
the thing is, WWE, and just to go back to enforce what he was saying about what Vince didn't believe in NXT, that is actually true. He didn't
Mm.
believe in it. He tried to sabotage NXT so he wouldn't have to put that money into NXT. There was
And
some
he's a,
discourse,
yeah, he's an idiot for doing that shit. Because like
and
once again, like you need a pipeline for a new generational talent, and they had it right there. And Vince decided to sabotage it, just like how he sabotages dildos. But whatever.
Damn.
yeah, yeah, because if you remember back in the time when Roman and them got called up with the Shield, Mercedes, Charlotte, all them after they left, then that's when he tried to sabotage it because he wanted just Raw and SmackDown at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
NXT was saving his butt
Yeah, that's
for
It
true.
real.
was, but the thing about is that NXT Black and Gold was not his creation. And that's the one thing, and it's been really weird. Like if it's not his creation, he doesn't want anything to do with it, and he turned it into PBS a slash Nickelodeon night
In living color.
in living color. Right? I'm just like, why the fuck this shit is so goddamn colorful? Why am I watching Punky Brewster? Like I'm not understanding this at all.
Viewers like you. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. But everybody, it's almost midnight, so we're gonna be wrapping up. So let's go around for final comments. First of all, important before we go, thank you so much for being the co-host at the last minute. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Yes, most definitely. So everybody, Ziggy will be Ziggy the Beast. Yes, the co-founder of Hashtag Heroes for Life. He will be on next week. He couldn't come on tonight because he celebrated his wife's birthday, which is awesome. But yes, remember to follow us on all social media platforms. Everybody, you can find Wrestling Debates and Catering exclusively here on TikTok, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. We do upload all of our shows on YouTube after our show, so you will see it on the weekend. So I will have a very busy weekend. I will be uploading the cookout. Why Jacob Fatu cannot use the N-word part 1 and part 2. So look out for that this weekend, and also this episode will be uploaded either on Friday or Saturday. So I have a very busy weekend ahead of me. Let's go around for final thoughts. Chase, since you have not said anything, we'll go to you first.
Thanks. Yeah. So, what Light said about comparing wrestling to professional sports. I mean, me personally, I be doing that amongst my friends because it's like when I look at take boxing for example. You and me might not have real beef with each other, but again, we have to talk these people into the bill. Like in my opinion, like it's literally. I know we don't like WWE saying it, but it low key is all kind of sports entertainment. That's kind of what makes wrestling work so well. That as scripted as wrestling might be, I can't do what John Cena did at WrestleMania 25 and lift the Big Show and Edge upon my shoulders in the fireman's carry, or I can't do what Hangman and Page and Moxley did, slamming each other through on beds and nails and Texas death matches and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
that stuff, as scripted as you may want to say it, like take the Attitude Era, for example. As scripted as you want to, physics are physics. When that steel chair gets slapped upon your head and you hear it reverberate amongst a crowd of thousands, there's no way to fake that, sir. I can't fake that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Same way I can't fake throwing you off the Hell in a Cell, Mr. McFoley. I can't fake that for you. You're gonna have to get generational CTE for the rest of your life. You know, like you say it when people try to tell me it's all fake and whatnot. I'm like, let's talk to Chris Benoit about that. Yeah,
That's the Ouija board.
Yeah. let's talk to him. Ouija, are you with me? You know what I mean? Like, you know, let's speak to them, and we'll find out that ain't too much fake you can do. I might be able to fake a punch or a kick, but I can't fake you body slamming me over the top rope and I land on solid ground. Not a bed, but solid, unforgiving ground that doesn't bounce when I land on it. It forgives not. It gives no way.
Mm-hmm.
When this 300-pound frame lands on it, that really didn't feel too nice. And that's just a pay-per-view, which means I will see you tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. Or I'm gonna see you this same week after putting my body through hell. Because I believe this 16th, right? Yeah, today, literally. On Wednesday Night Dynamite. They literally got a tag team match tonight.
Mm-hmm. And everybody in that match wrestled at All In.
At a Texas death match, and they got a match tonight. What? Nah, y'all niggas got it. I ain't going.
All right. Okay. Swim. Final thoughts.
I just want to say this. If you watched All In and you didn't enjoy it, that's your prerogative. You know, everything's not your cup of tea. But if you're going to sit here and say you watched All In and you just nitpicking everything, you're just a hater at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to mention this, but I have forgot to mention this. I've met this young lady at the arena with her husband. Her husband's a big AEW fan. She's a WWE fan. She literally cried at the Hangman and Mox match because she understood. Not because of the violence. Because she understood the story they was telling. So when people say AEW don't tell stories, they're just either lying to themselves or you just don't want to admit the truth that AEW tells the best stories. They may not be the stories you want to be told the way you want to be told, but you're getting the message through the story nonetheless. And I land my plane right there.
Okay. Thank you. Let's get their final thoughts.
The WWE is the Dallas Cowboys of professional wrestling. They have the money, they have the glitz, the glamour, the celebrity, affiliation and backing. But just like how the Dallas Cowboys are in real life, they will always let you down. Just wait, be patient.
Potential man.
What can go wrong will go wrong.
Exactly.
Almost there.
Thank you, Tim. Need a final thoughts?
Programming the WWE is doing is slowly but surely it is biting them in their ass, and they're just burying themselves. And I think AEW is waiting to put that final nail in the coffin. They're waiting to do that, and it's coming sooner than WWE thinks.
That's a very bold statement. Okay. Bless King. Final thoughts. Final thoughts, Bless
I'm
King.
sorry, I was muted.
Hmm.
I'm just ready to see what awaits us tomorrow for Dynamite and this weekend for Collision. I'm intrigued. We'll be watching very closely. And y'all have a wonderful night. And thank you for having me on this panel. Y'all have a blessed one.
You too. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Hey, final thoughts.
First of all, Enforcer, shouts out. I see you a Giants fan. I am too. I will say this: it's like WWE has been trying to like if y'all pay attention to the rap hip hop and rap, y'all know last year the great beef of 2024, Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. WWE was Drake in that situation. They tried to little bro AEW like, hey, we the numbers people. We got the numbers. We got this. We got that. And AEW didn't give a fuck about all that. They was like, run it, but they didn't care about. They didn't try to do anything to WWE. They was like, we're gonna do our own thing. Y'all try to do your own thing and see what happens. And now we're in this year. You feel they completely shit the bed with WrestleMania, and AEW was like, we're gonna give y'all the greatest pay-per-view of this year. I don't know what they're gonna do I don't know what they're gonna do in the future of this year. Could it be on the same level as All In? Potentially, but not better than All In. And this, like, AEW is competing with AEW. How can we top what we just did? And it's like, can they do it? Yes, they can. But it's gonna be very hard because All In was legit the best pay-per-view I've seen in my 24 years of living. And that's just that. Like, leave them niggas alone.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much for your comment. Appreciate
No
it.
problem.
And finally, Ice, final thoughts.
Great show, by the way. Great show.
Thank you.
I'm like I said in the comments, I'm 21 and all the years I've been living right here, 20, I'm 21. And the show that I seen, like, it was amazing. All In was amazing. And like I'm excited for what was coming for the rest of the year. Like, cause this gonna be some new stuff, like new stories. Like, and I feel like the thing with WWE, they have to, hey, you gonna cut a program. You gotta do something right. All right. So I mean, because it's clearly not working. I promise you, Aura is not gonna save you. Roman Aura is not gonna save you. If that's quality to you, then they're doomed. They seriously do. If Jelly Roll, you got Jelly Roll, you got Jelly Roll, and all of them,
Forgot about
and
that.
Logan Paul. Is that if that's quality, then you know what? That'll be safe to say you're doomed. And
Okay.
that's all I gotta say.
Okay. Thank you. Calls. Final thoughts.
One, thank you for having me on here.
No problem.
WWE, AEW, wrestling in general. This is your best time as a collective to look around. Y'all booming right now. Y'all actually are making the most profit I have ever seen in wrestling since I was a kid. But y'all so petty. Well, not y'all. One company is so petty to not see it that way. They want all the money and they want to destroy it. I never saw someone wants another company to be destroyed or be gone since the Monday Night Wars. It don't make no sense. And the fact that this company is actually helping y'all while they're growing. Shout out to AEW for All In. Loved it. Keep the momentum. I love that y'all clean up all the, as my partner would say, bed bugs out of your federation. and y'all moving forward. Keep the
Period.
momentum going. Thank you.
Period.
But at the same time, as wrestling fans, into the IWC, wherever you want to call yourself, we got to stop with the little petty stuff ourselves. We got to stop with the pictures. We got to stop with if a fan they love AEW, you're getting personal with them. You don't know none of these people from jump. But if you go to a wrestling show and you meet somebody, you might have a new friend. You might have a new friend, a new content creator, a new podcast buddy, and do collabos with. So I'm going to end it off with this. Be kind to each other. We are all in the same community, supposedly, or as Lightskin would say, fandom. Chill out. All right? Chill out and be a fan. Stop being a know-it-all. Be a fan. Be a fan.
Period. Thank you. Well, everybody, I don't have any final thoughts. I'm tired. I just want to see the bed. That's it.
His voice is still in Texas.
Yeah, I'm still in Texas. So we'll have a cookout tomorrow. Kind of resume what we were talking about tonight. But once again, everybody, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you to my co-hosts and everybody that joined the panel. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms. If you do want to see this podcast, subscribe to Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Until that time, my name is Chris from the hashtag Heels for Life. That's Mr. Enforcer. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Peace.
Bye-bye.